Can't need some books a daisy. Right, okay. That's one part done, and now this part, which is me coming along. Hi, how you doing there? Right, this is, I'll tell you now that the strings are out on the guitar. They're meant to be that way. This is called Day One. and this is take 2 of it. I managed to do one with the plectrum, but I don't think the fingers are going to hold on. And do that again, so let's oh goodness me. The problem is, of course, if you're going to finger pick, then you need to adjust the tunings. Can you live with that? The song operates around 3 chords because it's mainly a melody line song. So you need slightly out tuning it. I just need to move that one there because I couldn't see the lyrics last time around. Don't fall over, don't fall off. Are you going to fall off? Okay. If only you could see behind the scenes. Dylan, Slothies. Well, they've gone now, but the Slothies were definitely there. Emily, this is the lady, one of the ladies who you were named after. I had no idea that those were coming into view. There's a lot of closure coming around at the moment. Right, focus. Start on the right string. City lights are calling as she gets onto the bus. Hugs her mama tight and says, I've got to do what I must. I want to see what lies outside the confines of population 409. Don't you worry about me now, mama, I promise I'll be fine. Driver revs his engine and she laughs. I think that's a hint. Both their eyes are running. Perhaps the sun is making them squint. She waves out the window, and not just to her mama dear. She's only leaving town today, but their gulf has long been clear. From the time she hit her teens, she felt so compromised. Same faces every day, looking dead while they're still alive. Papa passed away before she'd reached 15. She mourned not only for him, but for the world he'd never seen. Mama's widow's pension went far, but not far enough. She browsed magazines in the store and gasped, Mama, look at this stuff. Glamorous girls in glamorous clothes, escorted by a handsome man. She told herself one day, the only doubt was when. Petey had a crush on her and he made it plain. You can tell a lad's interested when he pulls your pigtails and calls you names. One night they started kissing at the end of year school dance. Both of them got carried away and they took a mighty chance. They went steady for a while, but soon the rot set in. She always wanted more than she would ever get from him. He said, I'll get a job at the mill, they do real good pay. She saw her life flash before her eyes and knew she had to get away. When she called it off with Petey, he didn't take it well. What had gone down between them, he couldn't wait to tell. A lot of boys came to see her then, intentions plain on view, and all the girls stayed away after calling her a name or two. Her mama was a well-liked lady in town, and that helped a lot. And when the rumors finally hit her ears, she politely said, so what? She told her, my darling daughter, walk with your head proud and try to forgive the cowards who are keeping theirs bowed. Her 18th birthday seemed to take forever to come. The outside world seemed full of laughter and fun, and she wanted some. I can't stay here, Mama. And she replied, I always knew. I've been putting some money away to buy a freedom pass for you. She gave her an envelope of cash and the number of a savings account. Started saying, I wish it was a larger amount. Then the hugs and kisses started and tears began to flow. Mama, she began, and Mama said, hush, I know. Hostel addresses sourced, resume was elaborated. Leaving day arrived and she thought, oh, how long I've waited. They saw Petey pass by their place, walking home from a 12-hour shift, 50 years of them ahead of him. What a pleasant way to live. She looked out the bus back window till there was nothing left to see. She thinks all that's gone now, the rest's in front of me. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. She smiles to the lady by her side. This bus might not lead to paradise, but at least I'm taking the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, day one, take two. Day one, and I'm done. Okay, just need to focus on my leg muscles a bit before I can go and turn the cameras off. So thank you for your time, and well, I'm fairly certain that's probably the last song I'll ever write. I was waiting for the end of the month to come, which is today. Gosh, that. And because I've been making monthly lyric anthologies of the. So as a month has gone past, all the songs I've written that month, and they're out on Amazon. So last month was War and Harvest. The month before that was Purification. The month before that was Doorways. And I don't know, maybe OCD, or maybe just to give myself an incentive. But I thought, okay, I won't click publish now. This is called No Tears Shed. The anthology contains that one. I'm being long-winded, and I need not to be, because I may fall over at any second. I know you want to see that. I will. And so I got a pen and paper this morning, and I thought, oh, please, arm work, to write. And the opening line came, city lights are calling, she gets onto the bus. And I was envisaging I thought it was going to be an unhappy ending song, to be honest. I was envisaging an actress from, she only ever made a few movies, and it was a long, long time ago. So, because I'm not sort of meeting people, so I wrote a song the other day for Kay Harding, who was an actress who was in Sherlock Holmes, The Scarlet Claw. Gail Russell, poor Gail Russell. I don't say that in a patronising way. Just, Google her, that incandescent beauty, and she never had any beauty in her life apart from what she wore on her face, and her personality, etc. Anyway, the actress I wrote this about is still alive, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, so I used it there. And the sea lights are calling, and then the second line came. And by the time it got to the fourth line of the first verse, I thought, this ain't going to be just a couple of verses. Where I was going with the story was, I was going to write, and I thought to myself, look, just hang on to tomorrow morning, and, just maybe a 3-verse blues rocker, where you put something out, just so there's a end of month closure. But I'm glad that song came out, and I'm glad it's got a happy ending, so you don't know what happens to her, obviously, as the bus pulls away. But right, so and speaking of books, A Tenuous Link. I used to go to school with a bloke called Tenuous Link. His mother went missing. And I know what I'm talking about, just rambling on. But the lyrics to this song are in an anthology called No Tears Shed. I know that many people dislike it when I talk on these videos. We just want your music. We want it for free as well. And you wrote a song that we couldn't write if we sat on James Joyce's grave for 30 years, with a thesaurus up our alleyway. But I'm going to criticise you for, dropping one string note with your disabled fingers on verse 27. Did I talk about the anthologies? Yeah, so I have a series of lyric anthologies, as well as comedy books and some children's books as well. I wish I could find my children's book, Emily and Bill, The Magic Unicorn. They're children's stories written in rhyme, and they've all got a message. So like Emily and Bill and Stormy Day. It's about global warming, they go out and they rescue these sheep they have a magic flying carpet each. Emily and Bill meet Betty the Yeti but you can guess where it goes, they're flying out and they meet a Yeti who's got lost because she forgot her glasses. And she can't find her way home because everything's white, and so am I. She said with a deep, reproachful sigh. And that's about not judging by the cover, people you meet, etc., etc. And all the royalties, they're on Amazon under my name, Paul Murphy. And all the royalties go to my super spectacular children who you can see around here, who are Dylan Emily, as Daddy's doing this. Emily, you are 11 years and 3 months old, and Dylan, you are 3 months short of being 13 years old, my darling boy. And they get all the royalties. And so if you buy any of my books, or all of them, I'm very grateful on their behalf, and I mean that honestly. You don't have my sincerity on the internet, but I mean that. And my son himself has a book available. It's available on Amazon. Oh, I'll come back to it in just a second. Sorry, I just saw some people that I had not mentioned. My son's book is called Bacon's School Adventure, and it's a comedy book, and it's funny. You can get a 4-page sample of it on Amazon for free. And why I expect you'll want to buy 10 copies after reading that, you know, for all your children's friends. And speaking of children's friends, so I need to say obviously a big hello to my children. Bless you, my darlings. Wherever you two in the world. I've missed you so much I'm looking at a big picture of them on the wall over there. You must excuse me. I don't make these videos for anyone but them anymore. I've done my stuff over the last 45 years. There's enough videos of me playing live concerts and stuff, you know, for that. It's been 4 years now since I've seen you and hugged you and kissed you, but I've never stopped loving you. And you must remember that, okay. As the last line of the song says, this bus might not lead to paradise, but at least I'm taking the ride, so, okay. You know, so if you think of life as the bus, it might not lead to paradise, but, you know, take that bus and enjoy the ride and always be your own best friend. And I must say hello to Jason and Dan and Flavia, my children's great friends. And I must also say hello to some of the friends who miss you so much. So hello Chloe C, hello Evie Sky H, hello Miley, hello Emily C, hello Sienna S, and I don't know. Hello to everybody who's nice. Right, okay, we're done. Is that cheering I can hear coming from behind your laptop? You're so mean to me. Here's where it stops being rock and roll, you know? Because what you can't see is I've got a walking frame just out of sight here. I have to use it now because I don't have the remote controls anymore for the camera, so I have to use it to shuffle across ungainly. You want to hear a joke I thought of today? Apologies to all the MAGA crowd, but you can insert the name of any politician. Because I still try and write a joke a day as well as a song a day. So I'm not saying Donald Trump's dumb, but he can't tell who done it in an episode of Columbo. Now, to anyone under 60, Columbo was a fantastic TV show that told you who did it and how they did it at the very start of the episode. Political satire in the key of D7th. I can't even turn the camera off anymore. I hope my life support machine's going to be as hard to turn off as these cameras are. Goodness.